Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fridays with Sue and Steph. And we are excited today. Oh, you know what? We forgot about the things we were going to add. Totally
Yeah,
forgot.
I really every time it's like new. Every
Uh,
time.
all right. Well, let's see. What were I have no idea. Is today any special national holiday? Yesterday was like popsicle or something. It's so funny. I think it was National Popsicle Day,
Is
which is,
today Bastille Day?
oh, I don't know. July 15th?
It might be.
Okay, well, we'll go with it. And then
I can Google
anything we could recommend. Oh, I have one I'm going to recommend.
it. Okay.
I just purchased those suitcase packages, like whatever they're called. Like they're zip ups, and you can put it by category or whatever inside the suitcase, like a packing system.
Oh
No?
yeah, I love those. Oh,
Oh
Bastille
my.
Day was yesterday.
So Popsicle Day and Bastille Day, both of them. Anyway,
Yes,
I
I know what
cannot
you
believe
mean.
I can't believe how much I just fit into. I'm going away for a week and a half, and I'm doing a carry-on. I really recommend these. If only I knew the word, but it came with 4 different sizes, and you can put
Yeah.
your undergarments in one, and unbelievable how much I fit in because it all smushes down. Amazing. That's my recommendation for this week. Do you have
That's,
anything?
I was gonna say the same thing. No.
Yeah.
So, what do I recommend? No, I was trying to think like what I something that's happened over the last week in terms of like food or something like that. We have
How
been
about
going through
kayaking? How about the headspace of
a
kayaking?
Oh my God. I just had a really weird experience. I don't know if I should say this out loud, but now I'm going to have to. So the lake was super calm, like glass. Okay. And so, and maybe I've been
We're
watching
going to
too
get
much.
to our topic in 1 second, guys. We're just catching up a little here for now.
So it might be watching too much Stranger Things. I'm not sure, but I was out on the lake, super quiet. No one's out there. And it is, like I said, like glass. And I got to that zone where I was just staring straight ahead. And all of a sudden I'm like, is my kayak floating?
Okay,
Like
that's weird.
floating up.
Yeah,
Not
I get it.
floating this way.
Wow.
It was the strangest. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. We can
Okay.
talk more. We'll
Well,
talk more offline.
yeah, let's talk about what our kids are doing this summer
Mm,
and like that that moment where you're like, no, this schedule's over, right? Like the schedule's over. Sleeping till 12 is not happening anymore. And I think it's this like balance of feeling so sorry for how
yeah,
desperately overwhelming their school year is
yeah,
and wanting to give a lot of latitude over the summer. But
yeah.
then there's a point in time where I feel like the latitude thing is over. And now it's time to act like a full person who goes to bed at a reasonable hour and wakes up in the morning. And so I was really trying to think of like what were the ways I got my kids, because if I said to my kids we're done with this schedule, then there was just a fight, right? Like
Total,
that was
total.
not
How
gonna
to
work
start?
at
That's in the book. That's the first chapter in how to start how to start a fight.
all. Oh, I have so
Right?
many. Oh my
Oh,
God. Maybe
please.
that's the book we should be writing. Anyway, so one of the things
I'm
that
gonna pick that up. It's gonna be like it's gonna be this thick.
a tome.
So,
Um, so there were so many things that happened in my house to fill the time that happened without. So one was, and I think I've talked to you about this for sure, Stephanie, that they would do a backyard camp because where
yeah,
we live, the formal camps were over like 2 to 3 weeks before school started. And if you're a working parent,
yeah,
that you don't have anything that you can gather for that little bit of time. Like there's no program you're getting to fill in. And so my kids would do these backyard camps and I mean, now's the time to start thinking about it. If you are looking for something to suggest to your kid, it served so many purposes. It was basically a startup business because they had to figure out how to plan it, how to market it, what to charge, how to talk to adults. Like, if someone didn't pay, they had to figure out like they wanted the money, they worked really hard, but that's so awkward. And I was always home, so there
mhm.
was always an adult present. But that was like one of my favorite fix-its for the summer because they worked so hard, but they worked so hard at entirely different skills than what you would be learning in school. So it was fantastic. And actually, my boys did it too. It wasn't just a girl thing. My boys,
I was going to ask you. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they did like a sports thing. And one of my kids came home and said, well, this was good, but I don't like working with kids. I will never be doing that again. So there's a lesson also.
Perfect. It was the camp internship he didn't know he was looking for.
Yeah.
Figure out what he likes.
Except he made
right?
a lot of money. They made much more money than being a camp.
Okay. So that's where I was about to go. So I have always had kids that are motivated by money, which is a good thing. Like they're always like, oh, I want to make a lot of money this summer. Da, da, da. So, now let's be clear. That did not always equate with, so maybe I should get up early. Right. So,
Right.
And as I say this now, they are young adults. It's 10:36, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Let's just go with that. But so there was that, and having like the structure to the day, and it's fun. It is funny, and I think this comes with like as they got to be later teens, right, and more motivated by money because they were driving, they were wanting to spend, going like every adventure requires like a stop at A&W, or what's the other one? Shake Shack, and no, what's the drive-through where they bring the food to the car? Oh my God, we have one in University Heights. I can't think of the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Shake Shack.
No, it's not Shake Shack. It sounds like Shake Shack.
I don't know.
By Jack's. Anyway, so so they were motivated by that. So then they would like be trying to like figure out like, okay, how much can I make? Like already calculating like how much they make before the money even comes in. Well, I'm going to make this in 2 weeks and this in 3 weeks. That is the only, I would say that piece sort of naturally, but those early, like that 15, 16.
It's not Sonic, Jill. I don't think it's Sonic. But I'm so grateful that you jumped in.
Sonic.
But thank you for jumping into the comments. So if anybody else has any other suggestions, number one, suggestions for what you do with your kids. And number two, yes, Jessica Port, best. It's Swenson's. Yes. But Jill, if you have any suggestions for how you get your kids to kind of get a little bit back on schedule as you anticipate school starting. So in my house, I really thought of it like when you hire an intern, you start to save the list of things that you never get to, like you could hand off to the intern. Yeah. So I would say to my kids, like, here, this is all the stuff I need returned to stores. If you do the returns, you could take a percentage of it. Like I just would think about because again, money was the biggest driver in my house also. I can't imagine it's not a biggest driver in most houses because, we said no to things and they still wanted them.
Exactly.
So, right. They figured out if they make the money themselves, that we don't really, we probably occasionally said that's really a waste of money. Actually, we said it and then we let them get it because that's also a good lesson.
So true.
So that I had projects in the house that I would either pay them for their time or I would give them a percentage if it was returns or selling. Sometimes they would sell stuff online for us and stuff.
Yeah, I love that. Well, wait, here's another. This is so funny. This would be if I could go back. How many times do they say during the school year, like, oh my God, I can't do that. Like, I don't have time. Like if you would start making a list, it would be really good because you'd be like, okay, here's everything you said. How does that fit in? And it is a good time, to be fair. It is a good time to like start getting in if they want to start a new exercise routine or they want to start, whatever it is, like it is a good time to do that. But I have to tell you, I really felt so conflicted between that regimen of the school year and just wanting them to be kids and who cares, but it really burned as you were getting closer, thinking this kid's getting up at 2. Let's see, next week they're going to get up at 7, right? Like,
and also it butts heads with my commitment to boredom. I think boredom is like the best ideas come from boredom, but so true. What would happen is like I'm waiting for boredom to drive them to be more productive, and it's not happening. So my line gets hit before their boredom takes them to creativity. And I could sometimes see that it would never happen. Like there was not going to be enough boredom for a kid to say, oh, what could I do now that's constructive and productive, So I think that's the worry. The worry is like, maybe I'm letting this idea of boredom go too far and it's not good for anybody. Yeah. Okay. So Kamira had a suggestion that I thought was great. obviously there's like the idea of volunteering, but since we see that our kids want money to be motivated, unless like our high school, you had to do a certain number of hours of volunteers, so summer was often good for that. But her kids tutored other kids, younger kids who had summer assignments. So like, getting that package done. If you don't want to fight with your kid
Oh my
over getting
God.
it done, you can outsource it to a teenager who's looking for some time during the day to make some money.
Okay. That is a mic drop. Because right, it takes you out of the seat. That is a win-win-win. And win on every side. That's four
Yeah,
wins.
and that kid only has to like put flyers in the neighborhood or post something on social media. There's so many ways to reach people today that if you're offering an outsourcing service for summer work.
Oh my God. We're done. We're closing up shop. You heard it today, July 15th, 2022. We're all done.
Can I say one more thing before we close?
Sure.
So the other thing is like just one. Sometimes helping my in-laws was a thing. Like there would be a project there, and then that wasn't me battling over what like I need this done, and they're like, no, I don't want to do that. But one summer, one of my kids went down to help organize there was this adorable like kind of like a junk drawer, but it was like a Rubbermaid kind of container filled with all of the things that her kids wrote each other over the years, notes left and everything. And oh my God, it is so funny. Like I hate my sister.
Oh my God.
Like left on that. So when my mother-in-law would get home from work, she'd get the note, like whatever.
That's a treasure trove.
Yeah. So she wanted it divided and organized, which was entirely impossible and didn't happen. But they spent time together going through it, which was so memory making.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So sweet.
That's an awesome one.
All right. Any others? Anyone want to share? Steph, do you have any others?
No. I just think it really, when we talked about this topic, when you threw it out, I was thinking, oh my God, yes. Like I'm right back in it where it's like, it's such a hard one. And I don't think the answer certainly, like everything, the answer is not the same for every family or for every kid. And I think that's hard too. So I don't know.
I would say that a lot of our reaction is probably based on that particular child.
Yeah.
Because some kids are they're inherently productive.
Exactly.
And maybe they've just switched the time of day where they're being productive. But I think it's the kid we worry about who's just like kind of maybe even looking a little depressed when they wake up and it's not feeling like their hygiene, their mental hygiene is taken care of. So
right. Is this really good?
Yeah. I think that's probably a big factor in weighing what you want, how you want to respond.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So everybody have a great weekend. I'm starting to get emails about back to school, which is so depressing. It's July 15th, guys. It's not back to school.
I call it midsummer, maybe.
Yeah.
It's actually not even midsummer.
Well, I guess if you live in the South, school started at the beginning of August. So
that's true.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Take care.
Bye.